So I've spent the last few months talking about MMORPGs and why they work, why they don't work, from the perspective of an old crotchety hardcore who longs for the days when games like this kinda kicked your ass. I've talked about why I think Warcraft could fail. I've discussed big new games, clones, bad ideas, but there's a crucial aspect I've kind of neglected video to video. A major aspect of the discussion of why games rise and fall that I've kind of missed. But first, I have to do something that nobody on the internet does. I need to admit that I was wrong. Yeah, I was seriously wrong. I was called on it too, and I used to stand up for it. But when I was just starting out, before I'd gone through so many MMOs and through so much free-to-play and so much pay-to-play stuff, I was kind of stuck in this weird worldview that I think a lot of people are. I was wrong about subscriptions, because the subscription is dead. It doesn't take a genius to see the real rise of free-to-play. I mean, think of an MMO coming out in the near future with a mandatory subscription. I'll give you a second on that one. There are none. I can only think of 3 AAA MMORPGs left with a mandatory sub-cost, in fact. You've got EVE Online, you've got Final Fantasy XIV, and World of Warcraft. 2 of these have a token system to pay for subscriptions, and all 3 have microtransactions. Pretty much everything else is some variation of either free-to-play or a more traditional buy-to-play system. But why did this happen, and how did free-to-play become the primary business model of the MMO? And more importantly, is this a good thing? I mean, what does the new market mean for our favorite games and the games of the future? That's what I plan to blabber on in your ear about today. Free-to-play kind of exists because it really had no other choice. And as my favorite pastime is, we can probably blame all of this on World of Warcraft. Yay! Alright, so why does free-to-play exist, though? So imagine you're a company, and I mean corporations in the States pretend to be people, shouldn't be too hard, releasing an MMORPG in 2007. You are facing competition so stiff, it should really consult its doctor. World of Warcraft has around 11 million subscribers, and is the biggest MMORPG of all time. And you're launching some game about Lord of the Rings or something. Sounds like basically playing chicken with a freight train. Probably a stupid idea, you should get the hell out. But a lot of MMOs hit around here, and they got absolutely annihilated, because of course they did. This is the height of World of Warcraft. I mean, MMORPGs aren't like normal games. I mean, you can play Borderlands and Assassin's Creed at the same time, no big issue, but back then, MMOs are kinda cutthroat. Nobody wants to pay $15 a month twice. Your friends are in one place, migration is really difficult, and a lot of people simply don't want to do it. People tended to stay put and play one MMO. They played their games. They didn't take chances on new games like Lord of the Rings Online or Dungeons & Dragons Online, so most of these MMOs that come out in this period go under. They disappear. But the aforementioned ones decided to try one hell of a gamble. What if people didn't have to make this sacrifice to play a game? Guild Wars had tried this a little while earlier, scaling back some of the MMO aspects in favor of a one-time purchase, and it seemed to be working for them. So D&D Online decided to go first, removing the game purchase and subscription option and replacing it with microtransactions. And their revenue increased by something like 500% in a quarter. Little did they know they had just taken a crowbar to Pandora's box, and as incredibly kinky as that sounds, it would change pretty much everything. So fast forward a couple years, more and more games jump on this bandwagon. You got Star Wars, The Old Republic, Terra, all of these guys. Nowadays, we've only got 3 MMOs left with that classic subscription model. EVE Online, because at this point I don't think CCP cares. Final Fantasy XIV, run by Square, a company I honestly believe exists 10 years in the past, as they only now realize they should consider porting the best Final Fantasy game to PC. And World of Warcraft, a game that's currently setting as many records for declining numbers as it did for climbing ones. Pretty much everyone else jumped right onto that new market bandwagon, and nowadays these games are really being designed for it. But I should probably get around to my point. I'm starting to think that even more so than content or single-player-minded gameplay that destroys communities, this new market might be the biggest reason why these old-school MMORPGs are kind of failing, including Warcraft. The doors are open now. Everything is fair game. The new market removed all those pesky barriers that kept people playing a single game. Now people are free to find a game more to their liking because there's no barriers anymore. You don't have to worry about paying 2 subscription fees or buying a new game, or seeing your community fall apart. This is kind of why gaming communities have really started to flourish. Those guilds that once dominated MMORPGs are branching out into big Discord servers or TeamSpeaks that branch across many games. So the market for MMOs has gone from one towering behemoth to lots of small, churning MMOs. This means more variety, but it also means games need to be good because it takes just as long to walk in the door as it takes to walk out of the door. And the biggest and most enduring of these new market MMOs are games that understand their audience, what it wants, and tailor themselves to the people. So how does an MMO survive and be awesome in the new free-to-play market? Well, there's a couple of the new age MMOs that kind of share a couple of defining features that I think are incredibly important. So first of all, let's be real here. The only reason Star Wars: The Old Republic still exists is because it's a really good game. Star Wars is the poster child for bad free-to-play systems. It arguably gave free-to-play MMO its really negative stereotype. I mean, you could chase away just as many people as you attract when people realize you have to pay $2 fucking to take off your headpiece! Sorry about that. I clearly have some issues with that still. Fair free-to-play systems really dominate the market. I mean, games like WildStar, Guild Wars 2, Skyforge all focus on a more even-handed system, which is really how the market is shaping up. We know these games need pretty solid amounts of money, and we're happy to pay for things, but don't be an asshole about it. So how many game genres do you know of that get away with being everything at once? Sonic tried that once. It really did not go over well. When there's only one MMO out there worth any of your time, it makes sense to do a little bit of everything. But in a world of variety, retention is in flavorful specialty, not bland variety. I mean, Guild Wars 2 focuses on fun, objective PvP, and a strong overarching narrative. You got Black Desert, which is focusing on more open PvP and territory control. I mean, WildStar focuses on really strong PvE with a constant flow of interesting, fun boss encounters. Hint, hint! Understanding what a good MMO should do provides it with a strong feeling of a direction, which is a really good thing. Unless that direction is fucking over your customers with Sorry, still a bit salty. I still maintain that the most powerful force in an MMO is its community. Playing with your friends, making friends, this is what makes playing an MMO of any flavor great. And a good MMO in the new market should put an emphasis on this. It's the most crucial aspect. Systems, mechanics, rewards, all designed to draw people together to accomplish a common goal. This is the strength of the genre, more than ever in a world where every door is open. In the end, the new market has some awesome stuff in store for all of us. With no godlike behemoth looming over the entire genre, new games can come in and try new things and adapt to a changing market. We can play more games, and more delicious flavors of games. Because above all, in this new market, it means that players don't have to stay in one place, and developers don't need to maintain subscriptions. Players can pay in and enjoy at their leisure. Content, gameplay, and communities can be designed around this to be more engaging. It means that you have to work to keep your subscribers. You don't have that wonderful pushback. So we might get some more interesting and more fun games. So I was wrong with WildStar. The big video that I did long ago on why WildStar needs to stay a subscription game and why it's such a good game, I was wrong. I think free-to-play is changing what games can be. The negative stereotype around free-to-play needs to be scrapped as we kind of move forward with what an MMO has the potential to turn into. The subscription is dead. Long live the new MMO. Hello, and thank you very much for watching this video on free-to-play games and how it's changing things. I've wanted to do this video for a long time, I just didn't really have it together until now. It's kind of an interesting topic to me. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please support the Orange Hatter by liking or subscribing, and we can continue to grow this channel and make more awesome videos for all of you to enjoy. If you have anything to say, I love to hear from you guys in the comments. I try and respond to as many of you as possible. Just leave a comment down below or send me a message, whatever you'd like. And thank you again for watching this video. And you have a great one. Oh, WildStar, you're still my favorite MMO, don't get jealous.